She pulled out her gun and shot at one of the gang members. He ran but tripped behind some cars nearby. She kept shooting at him while he tried to get back up. He pulled his gun, but wasn't able to use it.
Oh, she dropped him!
It looked like most of the shots missed, but she ran closer to make sure he couldn't get up and shot several more times at him. The other two Hoover members ran away scared, but she started shooting at them too.
She busting him!
She stood over him and fired more than 16 shots before leaving the parking lot.
Y'all see her right there? Y'all see her right there? She was terrorizing the motherfucking city. You know what I'm saying? The Crips said, hell nah, you can't join us. So you know what she did? She came out that motherfucker and said, bet. She said, bet. I'm finna terrorize all y'all niggas. I'm finna terrorize y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna terrorize y'all niggas. I'm finna make y'all dream about me every single night. Every single night. Yeah, let's get to it.
Lakesha Davis ran straight toward it. Growing up in the heart of Tulsa's gang wars,
Lakesha
Lakesha was built to survive by any means necessary. She was tough, smart, and willing to do whatever it took to protect herself and the ones she loved.
Feel that.
Her older brother was a member of the 107 Hoovers and was one of the few people she was truly close to. Despite their bond, streets say that Lakesha once tried to follow in his footsteps.
Right.
But when she got denied by the Hoovers, everything changed.
So police arrest a woman accused of shooting and killing a man outside of a store near 61st and Peoria.
Boy, she looked crazy as hell. I couldn't, bro. I couldn't be around nobody like that. Looking like nah. Hell nah. Get away from me. I won't be around the white people. You know what I'm saying? The rich, white, and black people. You know what I'm saying?
Killed Trey Pizzana after Pizzana and 3 others robbed another man. Court documents say Davis kept shooting Pizzana even after he was on the ground.
Oh! So she said, oh nah. You didn't send me into the Crips? I'm gonna keep popping. So she did she overkilling. She overkilling. She ain't just shooting them to kill, she overkilling. Overwhooping. Do your homework.
Investigators say Davis and Pizzana were members of rival gangs.
But how did this young girl from Tulsa go from almost repping Hoover to becoming their worst nightmare? This is the story of Lakesha Davis, better known as K4. Lakeisha Davis grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a city that's been a recurring feature on the First 48 since 2004. Known for its heavy gang presence, Tulsa is home to several prominent groups, including the Hoover Crips, 52 Red Mob Bloods, and the neighborhood Crips. This notoriety has deeply impacted the local youth, many of whom have been drawn into a lifestyle of violence and street drilling influenced by the city's gang culture.
Man, that shit not cool at all, bro. There's kids over here just doing Crip signs and shit, bro. Look at this shit, bro.
Have been drawn into a lifestyle.
If that's Crip signs, I don't know what it is, bro. But I'm guessing since it's Crip, really a Crip city, bro. I'm guessing that's niggas doing Crips and shit. Crip signs.
Lakeisha Davis' story is a lot like many other black teens in Tulsa. Tulsa's black youth often found themselves trapped in a cycle of violence and vengeance. It wasn't uncommon to befriend gang members as early as elementary school. By middle school, you'd be claiming a set, and by high school, the path usually led to one of 2 outcomes: death or a life sentence for murder. Lakeisha Davis simply became a product of her environment. Lakeisha began spending time on the south side of Tulsa, particularly around East 64th Street and Newport Avenue. While there, she became close with a man known as Faceum, who police say is a member of the 52 Red Mob Bloods. Faceum is reportedly facing a murder charge and is credited with founding a crew called 64 SND. The SND group is made up of known Hoover killers and is said to have one mission: to wipe out all Hoover gangs in Tulsa. This was complicated for her, though, since her family has ties to different gangs. Her brother was said to be part of the 57 Garrison Block Hoover Crips, but people say he got kicked out of the gang after he was accused of snitching when some members of the 57 Hoovers got in a car and tracked down someone from a rival Hoover set on the east side. They followed him on the expressway, then shot up his car before speeding away.
Tulsa police say 17-year-old Tarek Chairs was driving a stolen vehicle east on the Broken Arrow Expressway around 1 a.m. Sunday.
1 a.m.
People in another car heading in the same direction.
1 a.m. Nigga, what you doing? 17 years old? What you doing out at 1 a.m., my guy?
Hold on. We finna get back into the video, but before we do, man, I just want to say, man, if y'all want to keep seeing these videos, man, follow this page right here. Follow this page right here, and follow this last page right here. These are all 3 of my pages right here, man. And man, follow them up, man. Let's get it. Let's run it up, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's get back into the video.
Nigga, my ass was at home in my bed, relaxing with my feet up, watching YouTube. Not watching YouTube, nigga, I was asleep. They got niggas out here driving at 17 at 1 a.m. Where your parents? You ain't grown yet, nigga. Where your parents? Where your mom at? Where your dad at? I don't got a dad either though, so shit. Yeah. Hey, besides that, nigga, your grandma at? What's somebody at, man? What's somebody? You should have somebody, some kind of guardian.
Up next to Chair's vehicle, and they started shooting.
There's other vehicles that are on the highway, and these rounds could be going anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. You could have hit a straight bullet on someone. Someone with a straight.
Began firing back before Chairs crashed into the center.
So he buzzed back.
It's not like a side street where there's minimal traffic. This is a highway where you have 300,000 plus Tulsans that go through each day. So for us to try to
that nigga look stressed out. He tired of this. He like I'm finna retire.
I wouldn't say impossible, but it's daunting.
The case would have gone unsolved, but once cash rewards
I
were
think I
offered
finna
for
retire. He tired of this
someone
shit.
started talking. Lakeisha Davis loved her brother deeply and was very close to him, but some believe it was the snitch allegations surrounding him that led her to join a rival gang. She could have joined any other Hoover gang, but she chose 64 SND. And even though she was a girl, she made it clear she rolled just like one of the boys. Lakeisha had a tough demeanor. She talked, dressed, and fought like one.
Damn near put her as a boy. Okay. If I seen her in person, I would think she's a boy. If she looked just like this right now, I'm like, that's a fucking boy. Ain't no girl, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about the female features.
Often referred to her as a stud, suggesting she was attracted to females. However, some also claim she had a child with a man named Chuck, who was killed in a car accident, though that's something I can't confirm. She adopted the name K4 and quickly became infamous as the most powerful bloodette in Oklahoma. Word on the street was that she didn't hesitate to make a name for herself. Allegedly, she was often seen with a gun and rumored to have been involved in robberies targeting rival gang members and civilians, particularly outside quick trips around Tulsa. It's said that K4 often wore oversized baggy clothing, allegedly to conceal any weapons she might have been carrying, making it hard for anyone to know she was armed. But according to the streets, even without a gun, she could hold her own. People claim she wasn't afraid to throw hands, reportedly getting into fights with male members of rival gangs and earning respect for her toughness.
Hey, So she because most people don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? They just carry their blick all everywhere they go. Nah, she said F that. She said, nigga, I don't got my strap on me, nigga. I'ma fight your ass. I'ma fight your ass. I'm gonna get down with you in the streets and fight you. Real eager, nigga. Real eager.
A burning, unrelenting fire fueled by rage and a deep desire to crush anyone who dared stand against her. There was no mercy in her stare, just raw intensity. People described her expression as cold, calculated, almost inhuman. To some, she didn't just look angry, she looked possessed. Ruthless and unforgiving, the streets painted her as something more than a threat. They called her a demon in the flesh. Some even referred to her as a stick-up kid, a term used for those believed to be engaged in armed robberies. However, it's important to note that no criminal convictions were ever tied to her name regarding these rumors.
Oh, hold on. She have no criminal charge of nothing that she have done in her life, but her going to jail for a murder charge. You telling me she got no other charges? Cops don't care. Y'all gonna realize that the cops don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about y'all see Chicago? They don't give a damn about none. Tell you that now.
By the age of 17, she found herself deeply entrenched in a violent gang war with the Hoovers. In the midst of the conflict, she aligned with FNB to form a ruthless coalition known as the Southeast Notorious Village, an alliance between Bloods and Crips, united under the banner of Hoover Killer. This alliance earned a notorious reputation for its brutality, showing no distinction between rival gang members and civilians. They've been documented attacking anyone they accused of disrespecting the dead. In one incident, they captured a member of the 57 Hoovers.
Oh, they cut his hair off!
And made him take back everything he had said, dissing them. But it was mostly 64 SND who were pushing.
Hold on.
Incident. They captured a member of the 57.
Hell nah, bro. Hell nah.
Made him take back everything he had said.
Hell nah. I ain't gonna lie. Just end me off right here. I'm not gonna let you put me on camera, right? This is going on the Instagram story, right? It's going on Instagram. I'm not gonna let you just record you cutting my dreads off and trimming my head, nigga. What? I'm not finna let nobody do that, bro. Hell nah. But at the same time, damn, you do gotta live to see another day. But God, I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do that. Hey, what y'all gonna do right here, man? Hey, what y'all gonna do right here? Y'all gonna let a nigga cut your hair off for do it on camera and go away? I need to be like, nigga, this is me, nigga. I ain't finna do all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Too. I had the motherfucker give me all. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro. Hey, that's get crazy.
And made him take
everything
he had said, dissing them. But it was mostly 64 SND who were pushing the line against the Hoovers, constantly bragging about drilling them in interviews and music videos.
That nigga gone though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck that dead nigga. I just traced what's face down yesterday. On the shit. That nigga tried to dodge bullets. That nigga really lucky. I'm telling you. Hey, that nigga tried to dodge. That nigga sucked. All that call the sucker stuff. Yeah.
But on Thursday, January 18th, 2024, a shootout happened near 58th in South Peoria Avenue.
Right.
K4 was walking to a local corner store, reportedly to grab some wraps. As she entered the parking lot, 3 Hoover gang members were in the middle of robbing a random bystander, a heavy-set white man they saw as an easy target.
Right.
K4 wasn't involved, just minding her business on the way to the store. But things escalated when one of the Hoovers started pressing her as she walked by. She exchanged words with one of the members, and he just kept pressing. Allegedly, he told her he had a gun. What he didn't know was that he was talking to a fierce shooter, one with a bigger gun and quicker reflexes.
Right.
She pulled out her gun and shot at one of the gang members. He ran but tripped behind some cars nearby. She kept shooting at him while he tried to get back up. He pulled his gun, but wasn't able to use it.
Oh, she
At
dropped
first,
him!
It looked like most of the shots missed, but she ran
dropped
to
him!
make sure he couldn't get up and shot several more times at him. The other 2 Hoover members ran away scared, and she started shooting at them too.
She busting
Police reports state
him!
that she stood over him and fired more than 16 shots before leaving the parking lot. The entire incident was captured on surveillance footage.
She dropped it on the ground, right? The dude kept pressing her, right? He said, okay, cool, you gonna keep pressing me? She said, you gonna keep pressing me? She pulled out with the big ass blick that she got. She started shooting him. He tried to blink back like that. He was looking back, trying to blink back. Then she over there, popped him in the side, whatever she hit him at. He fell, and she ran over there, kept shooting at him to make sure he was dead. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Passing by during the shooting. With this video evidence, witness
Overkill.
testimonies, and a clear motive, authorities had enough grounds to charge her with the shooting. K4 managed to evade arrest for 13 days, moving from house to house to avoid Tulsa police. Despite the challenges, she was finally taken into custody on January 31st, 2024, and charged with the murder of Clifford Pizzana,
she was just caught.
Trey. Trey had been widely covered
She was caught last year.
as a victim, with most of the reports painting
around
K4
this time
as a demon.
Yeah, she is a demon.
Yesterday afternoon, 2 News anchor Sharon Phillips has a look at the woman that officers need your help tracking down.
You damn right. As a demon.
Tulsa police tell us that through their investigation, they were able to identify this woman as a suspect in that shooting. Her name is Lakeisha Davis, and she is just 18
But I feel like that was self-defense, though.
You can see in the surveillance photo from police that she was armed with a semi-automatic pistol at the time of the shooting.
Boy, she was strapped.
Police say she is a suspect in the death of this man.
Hold on. How she got that big ass gun, though? How she fit that big ass gun, though? Without it appearing, she got 2 jackets on, a red beanie, Adidas joggers. Damn, how she hide that? Okay, she must have put it over the blue jacket. Okay.
Surveillance photo from police that she was armed with a semi-automatic
she ain't come to
pistol
play.
at the time of the shooting. Police say she is a suspect in the death of this man, 27-year-old Clifford Pizzana, known as Trey to friends and family. We spoke with Pizzana's sister, Deja, shortly after about the untimely death of her brother.
They just told me that he got into it with some people and they beat him up. And then they just stood over my brother's body and just shot him dead.
Wait. Hold on. Was that the dude that was bullying her? Like trying to with her before she put out her semi-auto and started shooting him? If that's so, I ain't gonna lie, your son, you know, I feel how you feel, but your son started on her first, you know what I'm saying? And that caused her to pull out the semi-auto, you know what I'm saying? I think she told him, if I'm right, she told him she had a gun. She told him she had a gun. She had a gun. And I guess he didn't give, he was like, I'll give it down there, let's get the pussy.
16 times, they didn't have to do that. That's my big brother.
Oh, that's our big brother. Okay, our brother.
He's gone.
However, the truth was more complicated. Trey was allegedly a member of the 57 Garrison Block Hoovers, the same gang her brother was affiliated with. And many stories have surfaced about what really happened. Some say it all started with the robbery Trey and the other Hoovers were doing moments before, while others claim it was just a fight that escalated into a deadly shootout. But friends and family of K4 came forward, saying she acted in self-defense, and it's possible the case could have played out that way. But K4 made several mistakes, including fleeing the scene, which complicated everything. The state of Oklahoma has pretty strong self-defense laws, but they come with some clear limits. In K4's situation, she was in a public place, and based on what's known, may have been legally carrying a firearm. If she witnessed an armed robbery, and the robber threatened her, that could legally justify the use of deadly force, if she genuinely believed her life or someone else's was in danger. Up to that point, her actions could potentially fall within the boundaries of Oklahoma's self-defense laws. However, the situation shifted when K4 continued to shoot the robber after they were already down and no longer a threat. Once the immediate danger is gone, any additional use of deadly force is no longer protected under self-defense laws. She continued to fire, which is seen as excessive force or even second-degree murder, depending on how the court views her intent.
She
Self-defense
overkill.
ends the moment the threat is neutralized. K4 also reportedly fled the scene and went into hiding for 13 days. This significantly undermines any claim of self-defense. Leaving the scene and avoiding authorities can be interpreted as a sign of guilt and may suggest that she believed her actions were not justified.
Okay, so bro, if she didn't, so as she was defending herself, she shot him down, got him down, right? Shot him, killed him, right? If she didn't still over him and kept popping him, kept shooting him, didn't run away, she actually could have got away with that. She actually could have got away as self-defense.
Use this behavior to argue against a self-defense claim and pursue criminal charges such as manslaughter or murder. While K4's initial reaction during the robbery might have been justifiable under Oklahoma law, the continued use of force after the threat was over and her decision to flee likely moved the situation outside the bounds of lawful self-defense. And on March 6, 2025, 18-year-old Lakeisha Dawn Davis, also known as K4, entered a plea of nolo contender, meaning she neither admitted guilt nor agreed with the charges. K4 was found guilty of 1 count of amended manslaughter and 2 counts of intent to kill. Each count carried a 20-year sentence, totaling to 60 years behind bars. K4 won't be eligible for release until the year 2085, at which point she will be 78 years old. It's wild to think that K4 might have beaten the murder charge. Many believe it was a case of self-defense, but fear got the best of her, and fleeing the scene ultimately led to her own tragic end. And members of 64 SND have paid tribute to her in music, often referring to her case as self-defense while taking aim at rivals. K4 will be remembered as an OG within 64 SND, since she was rumored to have been there since 2019.
Ooh, she ain't gonna be out till she got a cane in her hand, bro. 78 years old, man. But hey, in my opinion, bro, that was self-defense. She just did the overkill. She just overkilled them. That's all she did. If she didn't overkill, she probably would still be free terrorizing these streets to this day. No cap.